Ladies and gentlemen, a warm good morning to all of you. Today, 14 persons selected through a very tough competitive examination will start their journey towards transformation as judicial officers in the Kerala Judicial Service. Congratulations to all the newly selected civil judge junior division trainees of the 2026-27 batch, their parents, and other family members.
We are gathered here for the inauguration of the induction program for the Civil Judge Junior Division Trainees of Batch 2026-27.
We are honored by the presence of Honorable Mr. Justice Soman Sen, Honorable the Chief Justice, Honorable Mr. Justice Anil K. Narendran, President of the Board of Governors of the Kerala Judicial Academy, and the esteemed members of the Board of Governors, Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran, Honorable Mr. Justice Bichu Kurian Thomas, Honorable Mr. Justice Gopinat P., and Honorable Mr. Justice V.M. Shamkumar.
To mark the commencement of today's program, we invite Sri T.C. Benny for the invocation.
നന്മയാകുന്ന കാന്തി കാണുവാൻ കണ്ണിനാകേണമേ നല്ല വാക്കിൻ്റെ ശീലു ചൊല്ലുവാൻ നാവിനാകേണമേ സ്നേഹമാകുന്ന ഗീതമോ എൻ്റെ കാതിനിണയാക്കണേ സത്യമെന്നുള്ള ശീലമോടെ ഞാൻ ശാന്തി അറിയണമേ ഭൂമിയമ്മയെന്നറിയുവാനുള്ള ബോധമുണ്ടാക്കണേ ജീവജാലങ്ങളാകെയും ജന്മബന്ധുവായിടണേ ജാതിഭേദങ്ങളെന്ന ശാപമോ ദൂരെ മറയണമേ ലോകമൊന്നെന്ന പാഠമെന്നുമെൻ മനസ്സിലെഴുതേണമേ
Thank you, Sri Benny. We request Sri Sujit K.N., respected Director of the Kerala Judicial Academy, to welcome the August gathering.
A very warm and respectful good morning to all. It's my singular privilege and profound honor to welcome you all to the inauguration ceremony of the Induction Training Program of Civil Judges, Junior Division 2026-27 batch. Of course, this program is a significant moment, not merely in the careers of these young officers, but in the continuing constitutional journey of justice itself. Today's function will be formally inaugurated by the Honorable Mr. Justice Soman Sen, the Chief Justice, High Court of Kerala, whose gracious presence lends illumination in every sense to this solemn occasion. My Lord, your presence is a source of inspiration to these young entrants who commence their judicial journey today, and a reminder of high traditions, values, and responsibilities of the judicial office they are about to assume. With profound respect and deep reverence, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court of Kerala. The day-to-day functioning of the Academy is guided and enriched by the Board of Governors, and this August function is presided over by the Honorable Mr. Justice Anil K. Narendran, President of the Board of Governors of the Kerala Judicial Academy, under whose visionary leadership this Academy continues to shape not merely judges, but judicial minds and constitutional custodians. My Lord, we are deeply honored by your august presence in presiding over this function, and it's my proud privilege and pleasant duty to extend a most respectful and cordial welcome to Honorable Mr. Justice Anil K. Narendran. On the dais, we are honored by the esteemed presence of Honorable Mr. Justice Bichu Kurian Thomas, Honorable Mr. Justice Gopinat P., and Honorable Mr. Justice Shamkumar V.M., distinguished members of the Board of Governors of the Academy, whose guidance and stewardship continue to lead the Academy in its pursuit of academic excellence. Their wisdom, vision, and dedication have been instrumental in enabling the Academy to scale new horizons of achievement. We welcome your Lordships, including Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran also. We are also privileged to have a distinguished gathering of honorable sitting judges assembled to witness this solemn occasion. Their very presence is a source of inspiration to these young trainee officers as they embark upon their judicial journey. I respectfully and warmly welcome each one of the honorable judges to this function. I also warmly welcome Sri Mohaneshwaran P., Additional Director of the Academy, whose commitment to the judicial education continues to strengthen this institution. Sir, I extend you a warm and cordial welcome. I extend a respectful and cordial welcome to the registrars, including Registrar of Vigilance, Mini Das, Registrar District Judiciary, Sri Nixon M. Joseph, and other judicial officers who have graced these functions, whose presence today is a source of encouragement to these young entrants to the fraternity. I also extend a warm welcome to Sri Manish D.A., Deputy Director of the Academy, and Dr. Anthony Alex, Assistant Director of the Academy, whose dedicated contributions greatly enrich the functioning and academic mission of the institution. I warmly welcome the staff of the Kerala Judicial Academy and the High Courts whose dedication and tireless hard work have borne fruit in seamless organization of this program. I extend my heartfelt welcome to each one of them. A heartfelt welcome to all distinguished invitees, members of the press, and every guest gathered here. And today, our very special welcome is reserved for the newly inducted Civil Judge Junior Division trainee officers. Dear officers, today is not merely the commencement of a training program. It's, in deeper sense, an initiation. You enter today not simply into a service, but into discipline. Judicial office does not offer comfort. It demands character. It does not promise convenience. It requires sacrifice. It does not confer privilege. It imposes restraint. From this day, the institution will ask of your intellectual honesty, emotional discipline, moral courage, and relentless dedication. A judge must belong to the society, yet remain above its pulse. That is the paradox and dignity of the judicial life. May you, therefore, enter this journey not as seekers of a career, but as custodians of a calling. And to the families gathered here, I extend a very special welcome and a word of heartfelt acknowledgement. Today's achievement belongs as much as to you as these young officers. But I must also say with affection and candor, judicial service will demand your sacrifice too. The system will often borrow time from your homes. It may take away festivals, leisure, family moments, and personal conveniences. Behind every good judge, very often stands a family that silently understood the demands of duty. Your support, patience, and strength will be part of the administration of justice itself. We welcome you as partners of this journey. On this solemn occasion, and I welcome each one of you to this transformative journey. With these words, I once again welcome all our esteemed dignitaries, our trainee officers, their families, and every distinguished guest to this inaugural function. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We humbly request Honorable Mr. Justice Anil K. Narendran, Judge, High Court of Kerala, and the President, Board of Governors of the Kerala Judicial Academy to deliver the presidential address.
Respected Chief Justice, brother judges who are members of the Board of Governors, other brother and sister judges, director and other officers of the Kerala Judicial Academy, registrar, district judiciary, and other registrars and officers of the High Court, vibrant young civil judge junior division trainees, their proud parents and family members. Let me begin with the following observation made by the Apex Court on judicial officers. In the decision in High Court of Judicature at Patna versus Shiveshwar Narayan, 2011-15 SCC 317. A judicial officer holds an office of great trust and responsibility, and his conduct must be beyond suspicion. The personality of a honest judicial officer is the ultimate guarantee to justice. The slightest dishonesty of a judicial officer may have disastrous effects. The statement, the personality of a honest judicial officer is the ultimate guarantee to justice, encapsulates the principle that the integrity, character, and impartiality of a judicial officer are more crucial to the administration of justice than the procedural laws or even the competence of a legal system. The training you have to undergo in the Judicial Academy is a comprehensive and carefully structured training session. It combines academic instructions with practical exposure, discussions with experienced faculty, workshops, and court visits. The objective is to equip you not only with legal knowledge, but also with confidence and professional skills necessary for demanding the role of a judicial officer. A trainee civil judge who comes to the Judicial Academy with knowledge of law will leave the academy with a deeper understanding of justice. The academy is more than a training institution. It is a place where you are shaped and refined from lawyers into a judicial officer. The effort of the academy is not merely to familiarize you with the statutes and precedents, but also to prepare you to the human dimension of judging, that is, to understand people, to manage a courtroom with patience, and to uphold the dignity of the court. Among us today is Ms. Tanya Nathan C. Her presence is a powerful reminder that determination, intellect, and dedication transcend physical limitations. It reinforces the principle that the judiciary is strengthened by inclusivity and equal opportunity. Attendance and punctuality are integral to the process of professional formation. Every session is designated as a meaningful component of judicial training. Discipline is not merely an institutional expectation, but a core judicial virtue. Training imparted at the academy seeks to enhance not only the knowledge and skills, but also to instill discipline, responsibility, restraint, and professional integrity from the very commencement of the judicial career. The trainees are expected to complete the program in spirit of cooperation and mutual respect, maintaining harmonious relationships that foster the conducive learning environment and reflect professionalism expected in judicial life. Dear young trainees, remember that the district judiciary is the backbone of our judicial system. The public does not merely see judicial officers as administrators of law. For the common citizen, the judicial officers represent the hope that justice will be delivered fairly and without delay. For many a person, the judicial officers in the district judiciary will be the first and often the only face of our judicial system. A judicial career is not built on an individual alone. Behind every successful judicial officer stands the quiet support and sacrifice of the family members. Today is a profound moment for the parents and family members who have stood by you through your effort and preparation. A greatest support you can give them is your trust and understanding. As I come to a close, I wish and emphasize that the real strength of the justice delivery system lies in the trust and confidence that the people in it, the citizens, approach the courts with the hope that justice will be done and that the wrong suffered by them will be redressed through collective efforts of judges and lawyers. It is therefore essential that we work with dedication and integrity to ensure that this expectation of the citizen is fulfilled. Let us take a firm resolve today to uphold and strengthen that faith so that every citizen who seeks justice find it in our courts. I convey my heartfelt good wishes to all of you as you embark on this responsibility. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. We humbly request the Honorable the Chief Justice, who is the Patron-in-Chief of the Kerala Judicial Academy, to light the lamp to inaugurate the induction program. All the other dignitaries on the dais are requested to join. We humbly request the Honorable, the Chief Justice, to deliver the inaugural address.
Shuprabhatam. Brother Justice Anil K. Narendran, President, Board of Governors, Kerala Judicial Academy. Esteemed members of the Board of Governors, Kerala Judicial Academy. My esteemed sister and brother judges, honor of the dais. Registrar General and other registrars of this court, Director, Additional Director, officers and staff of the Academy. My dear Civil Judge Junior Division trainees and their family members, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to inaugurate this induction training program for the newly recruited Civil Judge Junior Division trainees of the 2026-2027 batch, who I am confident will contribute significantly to the legal system. This occasion marks the beginning of your journey as a judicial officer, a journey that is both demanding and deeply rewarding. As you step into this noble profession, you shoulder the immense responsibility of upholding justice, strengthening the rule of law, and reinforcing public trust in the judiciary. The Kerala Judicial Academy has always been at the forefront of judicial education in the country. Moving away from the traditional approach of rote learning, we have adopted a capacity-building framework that fosters critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and decision-making abilities, which are indispensable in the courtroom. This shift is based on the understanding that judicial education is not just about learning the law, but about developing the judicial temperament necessary for sound decision-making. We prioritize participatory learning where faculty transition into thought leaders guiding collaborative discussions rather than mere lectures. The Academy has continually evolved to meet the needs of a rapidly changing legal landscape, ensuring that our judicial officers are equipped not just with knowledge, but with wisdom and a sense of justice that transcends mere technical proficiency. As reflected in the Academy's approach, training is no longer just an academic exercise, it is an immersive experience that challenges settled notions and prepares you for the practical challenges of judging. Let me begin by congratulating each one of you. Your presence here today is a result of sustained effort, discipline, perseverance, and intellectual rigor. You have successfully navigated a demanding and highly competitive process, and in doing so, you have demonstrated not only your knowledge of law, but also your capacity for dedication and resilience. This achievement is significant, and you must take rightful pride in it. At the same time, let me gently remind you that this success is not the culmination of your journey, but merely its beginning. The honor you have earned today must not become a resting place. Instead, it must become the foundation for greater responsibility, deeper humility, and continuous growth. The moment one begins to rest on past achievements is the moment progress begins to decline, and in a profession such as yours, growth must be constant and deliberate. Today marks not merely the commencement of an induction training program, but the beginning of a lifelong commitment, a commitment to justice, to constitutional values, and above all, to the people whom you will serve. You are entering the trial court judiciary, which forms the very foundation of our justice delivery system. It is at this level that justice is first experienced by the ordinary citizen, not as an abstract idea, but as a lived reality. For many litigants, your courtroom will be their first and perhaps only encounter with the justice system. Their faith in law, fairness, and governance will be shaped by your conduct, your patience, your ability to listen, and your commitment to reasoned decision-making. In that sense, you do not merely decide cases, you shape public trust. The strength of the judiciary lies not merely in its institutional design, but in the character of those who serve within it. Three foundational attributes must guide you throughout your career: integrity, competence, and judicial temperament, each supported by deeper values such as intelligence, courage, discipline, humility, and empathy. Integrity is a bedrock of judicial office. It is the foundation upon which public confidence rests. It is not confined to the avoidance of impropriety. It extends to intellectual honesty, fairness in reasoning, and consistency in conduct. A judge must be incorruptible not only in action but also in thought. Every decision must be guided solely by law and conscience, uninfluenced by external pressures or internal biases. Integrity must not only exist, it must be visible, for justice must not only be done, but must also be seen to be done. Competence, or what is often described as intelligence and legal expertise, is equally essential. It requires a deep understanding of law, the ability to analyze facts, and the skill to apply legal principles with clarity and precision. The law is not static, it evolves with society, and therefore a judge must remain intellectually alive. Continuous learning is not optional, it is indispensable. A well-reasoned judgment is not merely an outcome, it is a reflection of disciplined thought, clarity of reasoning, and commitment to justice. Judicial temperament is a third pillar, and perhaps the most visible in day-to-day functioning. It demands patience, calmness, courtesy, and restraint. A judge must listen attentively, remain composed under pressure, and respond with dignity. Judicial temperament also includes courage, the courage to decide impartially, to uphold the law without fear or favor, and to remain firm even when decisions are difficult or unpopular. At the same time, it requires humility, for authority must always be tempered with empathy. The authority you exercise does not belong to you as individuals. It belongs to the institution you represent. When ego intrudes into decision-making, objectivity suffers and justice is compromised. You must always remember that judicial office is not a position of privilege, but of service. The judiciary is a public trust. Judicial independence, which is one of the cornerstones of our constitutional framework, is accompanied by accountability, transparency, and responsibility. You are not merely resolving disputes, you are upholding rights, reinforcing the rule of law, and sustaining the moral fabric of the society. Judging is not merely a technical function, it is a discipline of the mind. Decision must arise from reflection and reason, not from impulse or personal prejudices or inclination. A judge must cultivate balance, clarity, and detachment. Equally important is the process by which justice is delivered. Justice is not only about arriving at the correct conclusion, but also about ensuring that the process is fair, transparent, and inclusive. Every litigant must feel heard. The duty to hear is not a procedural formality, it is the essence of justice. It requires patience, calmness, openness, and a genuine willingness to consider all perspectives before arriving at a decision. A decision, however correct it may be in law, loses legitimacy if the process through which it is reached is perceived to be unfair. The induction training program is also a period of intellectual and personal transformation. It demands from you an attitude of openness, a willingness to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn. You must be prepared to question your assumptions, to recognize your mistakes, and to correct them without hesitation. The strength of a judge lies not in infallibility, but in humility and self-awareness. The law evolves, society changes, and therefore your understanding must also evolve. As the distinguished jurist Benjamin N. Cardozo once observed, the great tides and currents which engulf the rest of men do not turn aside in their courts and pass the judges by. These words remind us that judges are not insulated from society. They are part of it and must remain conscious of its realities. Similarly, Oliver Holmes Jr. observed, the life of the law has not been logic, it has been experience. Law must therefore be applied not in isolation, but in the context of human life and lived realities. In this journey, remember the three simple yet profound principles: observe, read, and write. Observe the world around you with sensitivity and awareness. Read widely, not only statutes and precedents, but also society, history, and human behavior. And write clearly, for a judgment is not merely a conclusion, it is a reasoned articulation of justice. These three habits, if cultivated with discipline, will shape you into the thoughtful and effective judges. The cornerstone of a legal system is based on the belief that every individual, regardless of their background or status, is entitled to fair and impartial justice. You, as civil judge, junior division, will be the flag bearers of this motto, ensuring that the scales of justice remain balanced at the grassroots level. Our system of governance resolves on the axis of this deep-rooted faith. As a judge, we must ensure that no harm be caused to this faith. A minor scratch to this faith would be disastrous to our constitutional scheme of governance. As judges, all of us have to imbibe good qualities in conducting ourselves in a dignified and decent manner inside the court as well as outside the court. The image so formed by the litigant about our conduct should enhance the reputation of the judiciary. No judge can afford to adopt an uncritical attitude towards himself or herself. Constant introspection is essential. Accountability is not a burden, it is a foundation of credibility. Judicial discipline and restraint must guide every aspect of your conduct. Every word you speak and every order you pass carries weight and consequence. Sobriety in language, balance in approach, and moderation in expression are not merely desirable, they are essential. At this stage, I would like to address the families of the trainee officers. The role that these young officers are about to assume is not an ordinary profession. It is a calling that demands dedication, sacrifice, emotional strength, and moral courage. Their ability to discharge their duties with independence and integrity will depend in no small measure on the support they receive from you. I urge you to stand by them with understanding and encouragement and to help create an environment where they can rise above personal biases, social pressures, and external influences. The strength of a judicial officer is often reinforced by the strength of the family that stands behind him. We are also reminded of the deeper meaning of vision. The presence of a visually impaired judicial officer in this batch is a powerful reminder that true judging depends not on sight but on insight. Shadhan Gupta stands as an example of resilience and intellectual excellence despite physical limitation. Helen Keller has demonstrated that true vision lies in inner strength and determination. Think of the symphony created by Beethoven. He cannot hear, but we all enjoy his symphony. So a judge is if I cannot see, is only an external physical manifestation that I am unable. People think that I am not being able to see the rest of the world. But the vision that person has is more insightful than any one of us present here because he sees the world with a soul that we don't have. So this will be a soulful justice which she can deliver, which we possibly cannot. As judges, you must cultivate the ability to see beyond appearances, to understand beyond arguments, and to decide beyond bias. The journey ahead will not be without challenges. You will encounter heavy caseloads, complex legal questions, and constant demands on your time and energy. While efficiency is important, it must never come at the cost of fairness. For every litigant, their case is of utmost importance and it deserves your full attention. A good judgment is built on sound reasoning, accurate appreciation of facts, and absence of prejudice. It must be clear, reasoned, and accessible. Justice must not only be done, it must be understood. You are the first interpreters of facts and often the first voice of justice. The credibility of the entire judicial system is shaped to a large extent by the manner in which justice is delivered at your level. In the words of Lord Devlin, the prestige of the judiciary and their reputation for stark impartiality is not at the disposal of any government. It is an asset that belongs to the whole nation. This trust must be preserved and strengthened through your conduct and your decisions. Before I conclude, let me offer a final word of advice. Do not allow the power and authority vested in your office to go to your head. Power, if not tempered with humility, can erode empathy and distort judgment. Remain humble, discharge your duties with compassion, responsibility, and a deep sense of purpose. Conduct yourselves in a manner that inspires confidence both inside and outside the court. You should become cool, at the same time firm. In conclusion, remember that the true measure of a judicial officer lies not in the authority exercised, but in the justice delivered with integrity, competence, courage, humility, discipline, and compassion. Let this be your guiding principle. Let this be your determination. With these words, I inaugurate the 2026-27 batch induction program. I wish each of you a fulfilling, meaningful, and distinguished career in the judicial service with strength, wisdom, and perseverance in this noble journey, and we are all with you. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We now request Honorable Mr. Justice Devin Ramachandran, Judge, High Court of Kerala and member of the Board of Governors of the Kerala Judicial Academy to offer words of felicitation.
Brothers on the dais, brothers in the audience, trainee officers, brilliant officers, they are family. Lawyers, I see, perhaps you are all part of the family or maybe you are here to cheer them. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't propose to take too much of time, don't worry. I know that there are at least 3 more speakers behind me. And my intent is not to tire you straight away. We are people who have walked this path earlier. Or we are walking the path already. Either way you can take it. And that is all that makes a mentor different from you. And you will also be mentors in future. It's just that we have walked the path or we have started walking that path for some time now. All our experiences have come from the way we walked. We are here to guide you, to ensure that you are able to do that in the best manner that you can. You are on the cusp, you are on the threshold of something that is remarkable. It's going to be extremely remarkable. And believe me, because I have experienced this for the last nearly 10 years now. But then there is something that you should always remember. Remember that the system did not choose you. You chose to be with the system. It is not that we asked you to be a judge. It is just that you wanted to be a judge. And this should be the first thing that you keep in mind. You are constitutionally obligated to the morals and the ideals under it. There is no law that is greater than the Constitution. And when we talk about the Constitution, and I say this on record, most of my speeches, when I speak even to students or to lawyers or to advocates, when we talk about the constitutional imperatives, as you are bound by it as an Indian, please understand that one of the highest of the ideals of the Constitution is to be excellent. Article 51, capital A, subarticle J. And that excellence becomes much more imperative for us when we are in this field because our responsibilities are much more. You have heard the Director and the Honorable the Chief Justice. I do not think I have to add anything more. They have spoken everything about being a judge, and they have also spoken from their long years of experience. But please understand that you are now entering into a life where you will have no entitlement, but only responsibilities and obligations. You have to understand that. No more entitlement. You cannot choose to get what you want, but you have to now choose to give what you can. And that is the difference between an entitlement and an obligation. We've all lived that life for the last, I said, about a decade that I've done, understanding the burden of being able to live or to survive without entitlement. And that makes it much more difficult for you because you are very young. You are only going to see life as life is. You have possibly seen it from the sidelines, but you will now be in the midst of it. You will now have a worm's eye view or a bird's eye view, as the case may be. Depends on how you take that perspective along. But one thing, please don't take your litigants to be enemies. Please understand that they are there in front of you for a cause that they think is very valid. It is for us to judge the worth of that cause. It is for us to take a decision whether we go by that cause or we modulate it or we give a relief which is inconsistent with that. That is our call. The academy will certainly train you on law, but the academy will also train you to be a different person now. Because when you take up this responsibility, when you're ushered into a life which I said is without entitlement, you are also ushered into a life where comportment becomes very important. Ego is always defined to be edging God out. EGO, edging God out. I can only assure you that we train you to be officers without ego. And if you are able to imbibe that and continue with your life, which is going to be very long now, for the next several decades, you are going to be judges, unlike us, where we put in only 10 or 15 years at the best. So you have a life that is full of now commitment, and that commitment is also a commitment to excellence. And that excellence does not mean that you are in competition with another. It is not that you do more cases, that you deliver better judgments and more judgments and all that. That kind of a subjective evaluation is absolutely out of turn in a life that we are going to have. This is a competition with ourselves. When I say that you should be excellent to yourself. You are not in competition with another. There is nobody running in front of you. You are running this life on your own. This is a race for your own. And this is not a sprint. This is going to be a marathon of the highest proportions. And when you do that, you understand that you are in competition with yourself. You are in competition for life. If you are in competition with another person, you overtake that person, your competition ends. But when I tell you that you are in competition for excellence and you run for yourself, your quest for excellence never stops. It ends only when you leave this world, the last day of your world. So this is very important for a judge to understand, because you are adding value to yourself. You're working for yourself. You're working under the constitutional trust of the great nation, 1.47 billion or 1.48 billion people as it is now growing. So these are things that you must keep in mind. And I'll stop by telling you one thing which my seniors told me when I was given the opportunity to take the bench. My seniors told me, never take yourself seriously. Never take yourself seriously. Take the job seriously. Take your work very seriously, because you understand that what is being now given to you are the lives of the multitudes who will come before you. This is why I said don't treat them as enemies. They are there for a cause, and you have to treat them as the biblical words go. Do unto others how you would want others unto you. And this is very important for a judge. I don't want to take too much of time. I can continue to speak like this, because what we are going to experience in future is something that is indescribable in words. You will have a lot of permutations, combinations. The vicissitudes that you will now be exposed to are something which cannot be now straitjacketed in any kind of formula. Every day will be different for you. Every moment will be different. Have a smile, particularly to senior lawyers. Have a smile. Keep that smile. The smile is the best weapon that you can disarm the worst of the encounters. Have that smile. Be firm, as the Honorable Chief Justice said. Be very firm in what you do. Be convinced about your resolutions. But then have that smile with you, because that smile is the biggest weapon and the shield that you will take it forward. This is the least that I can tell you within the time that I have been given. But then I am telling you, I am assuring you, this is a life, many have lived it already, but this is a life that is very unique. And you will be the judge of your own journey as you go forward. No journey is the same. No judge will experience the same journey. Every one of us who are on the bench here, every one of us, every officer who is on the bench there, they understand that every journey is unique. It depends upon the manner in which you are able to run it, the manner in which you are able to encounter it. I wish you all the very best, and I'm sure that the Academy will give you every support that is possible. But then, eventually, it depends upon your strength of character. As a judge, and I stop it here, as a judge, the only thing that will define you is your character, is the manner in which you are able to run that character, and the manner in which you are able to hold it to it. That strength of character will shine in every line that you speak, in every word that you think, and in every action that you encounter. All the very best, and I hope I'll see you as exemplar judges in the days to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. May we now request Honorable Mr. Justice Bechu Kurian Thomas, Judge, High Court of Kerala, and member of the Board of Governors of the Kerala Judicial Academy, to deliver a message of appreciation.
Distinguished members of the Board of Governors of the Academy, other distinguished members of the days, and the 14 chief guests of the day, the Civil Judge Junior Division trainees. After the golden words spoken to by the former speakers, there is nothing much for me to add. But I would like to tell you one thing. Throughout your career as judges, right from today onwards, let there be 3 letters that ring in your ear every day. Those 3 letters are, according to me, Sir. The word S-I-R. This, in short, engulfs the entire character of a judicial officer. Sir is a sacrifice. I stands for integrity. R stands for respect. Throughout the day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, let these letters ring in your ears. The sacrifice that you have chosen to give, it is not just your sacrifice, it is a sacrifice of your family as well. Having been a member of a judicial family myself, prior to becoming a judge, I can vouchsafe for the fact that the sacrifice is not just that of the judge, but the sacrifice comes from every family member. If the family member refuses to sacrifice, it will reflect badly upon the judicial officer. So, 14 judicial officers and their families, remember, sacrifice is something that must always be borne in mind by every judicial officer and the family. I stands for integrity. The speakers before me had referred to about this. Integrity of the judicial officer is mandatory. From today onwards, irrespective of what your predilections have been, what your biases have been, what your preconceived notions have been, shed all of them and create an integrity of your own. An integrity which will guide you in the years to come. An integrity which will reflect upon the institution called judiciary, with which this we have been built up, which has been built upon. The third is respect. Respect not that we command, but respect that we give. Respect that you give to your colleagues, to your subordinates, and to the lawyers who are appearing in front of you. Be it the senior-most lawyer to the junior-most lawyer. Remember that lawyer is canvassing a cause for a litigant. Even if he is aggressive, even if he is persuasive, these are all a part of advocacy for the purpose of canvassing the cause of another person. If these three letters remain in your mind throughout your life, I'm sure that you're going to have a wonderful career as a judicial officer. Before I conclude, I would like to mention one aspect. You would be thrown upon various causes which would be difficult to decide. David Panic, the lawyer and a writer, started his book called Judges with the famous quote that judges do what all of us tend to avoid doing. Judges do what all of us tend to avoid doing. I keep telling in my discussions with my friends that I find it difficult to even decide on what shirt or what trousers that I must wear a day. That's also a decision. I find it difficult to take a decision of that sort, but I'm called upon to decide issues. As a judge, I'm called upon to decide issues. What is it that prompts you to take decision? I'm sure my brothers would also agree. The chair will guide you. Whenever you are in doubt, the chair is going to guide you. And ultimately, the decision that is going to come from you will be, in the circumstances, the proper decision. There is never anything called the perfect decision. It is only the proper decision in the circumstances. With these words, I wish all the 14 of you the very best. It is certainly going to be fulfilling. At the end of the day, you're going to be a satisfied person and a peaceful person at heart. Wishing you the very best. All the best.
Thank you, sir. We now request Honorable Mr. Justice Gopinat P., Judge, High Court of Kerala and member of the Board of Governors of the Kerala Judicial Academy to offer felicitations.
The President of today's function, Justice Anil K. Narendran, Chairman, President of the Board of Governors of the Kerala Judicial Academy, my esteemed brother judges, Director and Additional Director of the Academy, the judicial officers, the trainees, family members, my dear friends. As Justice Vechu Kurian Thomas had pointed out, I have nothing much to add to the illuminating speeches of all those who had spoken earlier to me. I was just reading something yesterday. I thought I will repeat it today. We are all involved or engaged with administration of justice as judges. Now, what do we mean by administration of justice? It's an important part of government. But is it mere application of the law to the facts? if that be so, the job could have been done by a computer or artificial intelligence as we now know or talk about it. But what is the difference? If law was so perfect, if the law made by legislature was so perfect, it could be administered by a computer to a specified set of facts. Law, but however, the law, firstly, the law made by legislature is not perfect. Secondly, every case before you has a different dimension on facts. It is that human touch, it is that discretion that a judge exercises that makes judging different from mere application of law. So therefore, keep it in mind that every case before you, even the slightest difference in facts can bring about a difference in the result. This has been my personal experience. And therefore, I share with my young friends, the judicial trainees, this thought which came to my mind when I was reading something yesterday. With these words, I do not wish to prolong my speech in any manner. I wish each and every one of you the very best in the years to come. May you all excel in what you have chosen to do. Judging, as Justice Bechukurin Thomas had pointed out, the chair will help you to decide. If you have not, there is a play called Panch Parameshwar. I'm sure you will get it if you Google it. I was at a conference recently where some lawyers of the Supreme Court had enacted this play. I think it was a brainchild of Justice Madan Lokur. The recent conference in Delhi. Some lawyers from the Supreme Court enacted this. It's a short play. But please, if you get time, read the story of Panch Parameshwar. It is in essence what judging is all about. With these few words, I leave the floor open for my respected colleague, Justice Shamkumar, to make his remarks. Once again, all the best. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to the family members. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We may now request Honorable Mr. Justice Shamkumar VM, Judge High Court of Kerala and member of the Board of Governors of the Kerala Judicial Academy, to deliver the felicitation address.
President of the meeting, Justice Anil Narendran, brother judges on the dais of the dais, the 14 trainees who are here, members of the family, ladies and gentlemen. I guess that all the speakers before me have already covered the relevant aspects that the trainees should know before they enter into the induction program. So I would rather limit my words to share with you some of my experiences, because I was asking Mohanan when I was coming here as to what would be your average age. I'm told that you are between 26 and 35. The senior most among you is 35. And I'm told that each and every one of you had some experience as a lawyer. And it's not as if that you have passed out from the law school and have written the exam and is now ready for judgeship or being trained for judgeship. So as a person who has been a member of the bar and has transitioned into a judge in the last around 2 years of period of time, I vividly remember something that my father advised me when I was about to be sworn in. And the fact is that he said that you are being termed as your honor or your lordship in the future. It doesn't mean that you are being crowned or you are being, this is some kind of a kingship or a princeship that is being given to you. The only thing is that you have been found fit to do a duty which you are supposed to render to the state for a specified period of time. Now it is up to you to discharge that duty, that obligation, and that trust that has been placed on you by the state is to be discharged. It's not as if that you have reached the end of your objective or your career, or that you have been rewarded finally and fully. You have just been selected to do something that is sacrosanct and which the society feels that you are capable of doing. So now comes the real challenge, that you have to grow up to that expectation and discharge those duties. As the senior judges here were mentioning, this is not an easy task. There are challenges ahead, but the training that you will be given in this academy will keep you in good stead through it. So my request to you would be, please take this training program very seriously. Because as I understand, it has been tailor-made and it has been structured and scheduled in such a way so that in your entire career as a presiding officer, you will be guided through, or you will be able to carry on yourself if you go through this training program with full conviction and honesty. Because once the curtains go up, and once you are burdened with your task of a judicial officer, you may not be able to improve yourself or prepare yourself for the task ahead. So this is the most opportune moment. And unlike people like me who are selected from the bar and placed in the bench directly, you go through a training process. And this training process will help you substantially, and it has been structured after taking note of the experiences of senior judges and presiding officers who have years of experience. And if you dedicate yourself to this training program diligently and go through this course or this program, word by word, as per the instructions that you would receive from the well-established, dedicated trainers who are highly experienced people, I'm sure that it will keep you in good stead. All that I would add is that this is a very demanding job. And as it was being pointed out by my brother, Justice Gopinat, this would require total dedication. And reading, thinking, and writing would be a demanding thing that you may have to do for decades together. Language would be a challenge. Once you are on the bench, observing, understanding what is being addressed, taking down the notes, understanding those notes later on in the chamber and trying to decipher the notes that you yourself have prepared in the bench, making a judgment out of it, so as to answer all the aspects that have been addressed. These are all aspects which would require clear training, and you learn through the way. And this has to be taken not as a sprint ride. This is a marathon, especially for you. This is a marathon, and in a marathon, the runner has to sustain himself to the end, unlike a sprint. So in a marathon, if you try to sprint immediately and use all your energy in the beginning, then towards the end of it, you would have exhausted yourself. So please bear in mind that you have to sustain this energy through the marathon and take it slow, steady, and the best part of it is that this induction program and its schedule will guide you through the process. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It is time to express our gratitude. We request Sri Mohanakrishnan P., the Additional Director of the Kerala Judicial Academy, to propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable Mr. Justice Anil K. Narendran, President of the Board of Governors, Kerala Judicial Academy. The Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran, the Honorable Mr. Justice Bechu Kurian Thomas, the Honorable Mr. Justice Gopinat P., the Honorable Mr. Justice Shamkumar VM, esteemed members of the Board of Governors, Sri K. N. Sujit, respected Director, Kerala Judicial Academy, esteemed judicial officers, my esteemed co-directors, Mr. Manish D.A. and Dr. Anthony Alex, my beloved Civil Judge Junior Division trainees, distinguished parents and family members, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I respectfully extend my sincere gratitude to all present for gracing this ceremony and marking the beginning of a truly transformative journey. I express deep gratitude to the Honorable Justice of Kerala High Court, Mr. Justice Saumanson, for the inspiring induction address. As patron of Kerala Judicial Academy, His Lordship's vision of a technologically adept, conscientious, and pupil-centric judiciary continues to guide young judicial officers. We are deeply thankful for His Lordship's constant encouragement and for graciously sparing time to be with us and bless the trainees. I extend our sincere and special gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice Anil K. Narendran, President of the Board of Governors of the Kerala Judicial Academy. Your Lordship's unwavering commitment to the Academy's growth, your Lordship's meticulous attention to every aspect of judicial education, and constant guidance have been instrumental in shaping this induction training program. We are deeply grateful to the esteemed members of the Board of Governors, Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran, Honorable Mr. Justice Bechu Kurian Thomas, Honorable Mr. Justice Gopinat P., and Honorable Mr. Justice Shamkumar VM, for taking time from their extremely busy schedules to offer their felicitations and blessings. Your Lordship's words of wisdom, encouragement, and practical insights will remain etched in the hearts of our trainees as they embark on this noble profession. We thank each one of your Lordships for continued support to the Academy. I also extend our sincere gratitude to Sri K.N. Sujit, Director, Kerala Judicial Academy, for delivering an insightful welcome address at the inauguration of the induction training program, and also for his meticulous planning in organizing the ceremony as well as the induction training program. I also extend our sincere gratitude to Member Secretary Kelsa and also Director KSMCC for their valuable presence here. I place on record my deep appreciation for Sri Manish DA, Deputy Director, and Dr. Anthony Alex, Assistant Director, Kerala Judicial Academy, for seamless coordination in organizing the ceremony. My dear young friends, Civil Judge Junior Division trainees, today marks the beginning of your tryst with justice. You are not merely assuming office, but embracing a sacred trust reposed by the Constitution and the people. I commend your commitment to this noble calling. The Academy is your home, and we shall journey together in the months ahead. May you emerge as judicial officers who bring pride to this institution and the nation. A special word of gratitude to the parents and family members whose support and sacrifice have brought these young officers to this moment. Your presence reflects your enduring strength and commitment. The judiciary gains not only officers, but families devoted to the rule of law, and we thank you for the trust you repose in us. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to members of the press and media for their coverage of this program. No ceremony is complete without acknowledging the silent, tireless efforts of the administrative team, technical staff, housekeeping staff, and support personnel of the Kerala Judicial Academy and the High Court. I thank each one of you from the bottom of my heart for ensuring that every arrangement was flawless and every guest was attended to with warmth and efficiency. As we conclude this inaugural ceremony, we carry forward the wisdom, blessings, and expectation of this august gathering. The induction training that begins today will shape not only competent judicial officers, but also compassionate, courageous, and conscientious custodians of justice. With folded hands and a grateful heart, I once again thank every one of you for making this ceremony a resounding success. May the light of justice always guide our path. Thank you all.